Massive sinkhole that suddenly formed in the middle of a Russian coal mining town, and another nearby that basically swallowed an entire neighborhood, to a terrifying crater in Chile that opened up in the middle of a dirt road, and a disaster in El Salvador that left several houses perched on the edge of a cliff. Here are 10 of the deepest sinkholes caught on camera. Tierra Amarilla is a small mining community in north-central Chile. The town is home to about 13,000 people, many of whom work in the nearby copper mines. On August 1st of 2022, a sinkhole opened near the Alcaparrosa mine. At first, it was only 80 feet wide, but it quickly grew to over 200 feet wide by August 8th. At 656 feet deep, it was large enough to fit the Washington Monument with about 100 feet to spare on the sides. Thankfully, the closest home was about 2,000 feet away, so unless the sinkhole expanded exponentially, they were okay. To be safe, the Lundin Mining Corp shut down the Alcaparrosa mine. Chile is the world's largest copper producer, supplying about 25% of all copper used on Earth. As you can imagine, shutting down even one mine can have vast global consequences. They were eager to open up again, but it wasn't up to them. In Chile, the government has absolute authority over all mines. When this sinkhole opened, they seemed eager to blame the mining companies. Mining Minister Marcela Hernando planned on enacting heavy sanctions against the company if it proved to be their fault. The property was owned by two countries. Lundin Mining, a Canadian firm, owns 80%, while Japan's Sumitomo Metal Mining owns 20%. Both denied that overexploitation led to the sinkhole.
We started our design company during school,
which is not how it's usually done.
Chase for Business built along with us.
Puebla is one of the 32 states that make up Mexico. It's a landlocked state in the southern part of the country, about 80 miles southeast of Mexico City. Puebla is big on agribusiness. You'll find plenty of farms and fields outside of the capital city, but only one of those farms is home to a massive sinkhole. On May 29th of 2021, Magdalena and Heriberto Sanchez heard something strange coming from their fields. They rushed outside, but didn't have to go far. Mere feet from their house, a 70,000 square foot sinkhole had opened up. The worst part? The couple had just invested $35,000 into remodeling their home. Now, Mexican authorities were telling them they had to evacuate. Locals believed the farmland was established over what used to be a large pond. Over time, the land filled in, but was never sturdy enough for farming and human intervention. Environmental authorities had a different, more scientific theory. They think people have been over-extracting from the Balsas River Basin network that spans several states across Mexico, including Puebla. Depleted aquifers may have caused the soil to soften and the sinkhole to open. The sinkhole was already full of water when they found it. What's odd are the strong currents that seem to be running through. It also depletes around 3 or 4 a.m., only to fill up again by midday. That's why many believe the water comes and goes from an underground river. Sadly, Magdalena and Heriberto were never able to return to their home. It's unclear if the Mexican government took care of them or paid for new housing.